I'm just taking time to make the proper use of my influence. Couple 100,000 cash, a few haters, lawyer fees for new cases, and a box of blunts later I give you.
Miss Sullivan and Ms. Atkins, you've been friends for about 5 years. What you tell us, Miss Sullivan, is that the defendant is best friends with your boyfriend. You're suing her for $1,900. That's money that you say you loaned her, and she's failed to pay you back. Miss Atkins, you say that you're best friends with her boyfriend, and the three of you just pitched in, and that there was no expectation that you repay her, and you claim you don't owe her any money. Miss Sullivan.
Man, I'm gonna tell you straight up off the rip. As adults, it is never a case where, unless you my brother, unless we family and we done been through some like hard time, I known you for 15 to 20. I'm not doing no favors, bro. It ain't no favors out here. I'm not just pitching in to. I don't know about them, but I know about what I do. I'm not just gonna pitch in if I'm walking down the street like, yeah, I need you to come and help me lift this refrigerator to the 14th floor, but there's no elevator. I'm not doing that. No.
And in your complaint, you say that the first bundle of money that you loaned her in September of 2019 after she'd been incarcerated for a year. You said she needed to get a car.
Yeah, she
money.
told me she had some money saved up. She was short, and I knew that if I didn't help her, then I would end up helping her anyway. She would need a ride, whatever. So I was like, I just helped her with the money that was short. So she was short $800.
$800. Let me talk to Miss Atkins for a moment. She says that when you got out, she helped you find a car. Is that true?
I guess, yeah.
It's a yes or no.
Yeah.
Tell me why you don't believe you have an obligation to pay that back.
Everything was supposed to weigh itself out.
I'm sorry?
Between the three of us, supposed to weigh itself out,
Prove it. I mean, you didn't submit any written evidence, but if you've got testimony where you gave her money to buy a car or to do something important, I'll certainly hear it.
No, she's like the good apple in our little bunch. So, no, not really. I don't have anything to say.
But your whole defense is predicated on this idea that you were doing nice things for her, too.
Yeah, we all do nice things.
No, but there's no
for each
we
other.
all. The boyfriend's not suing you, she's suing you.
Most of the favors were for my best friend.
Well, before we get to the next loan, that $800, where do you think that money was going to come from? She'd just been incarcerated.
She had told me that she needed to file her taxes, like her past taxes, like from a few years even.
Did you get a tax refund?
Yeah, I still have it. I just
How much
I
did you
never
get?
went to go pick it up.
How much did you get?
I'm not sure.
I see no indication of any respect for the
She
help
don't even
that
care.
you've given her. I see no indication that she really had a good faith belief she was ever going to
She
pay you
don't
back.
even
And
care.
I see somebody who maybe doesn't feel that badly about taking advantage of you. So
all.
that could be a moral lesson. It could also mean that maybe you don't recover because you kept throwing good money after.
That's what happened when you do good stuff. Not all the time, but when you do stuff, like you can't take everybody with you. Everybody can't go. What Nipsey say? Circle got smaller. Everybody can't go. Downtown Diamond District jeweler like, yo, hustle hit me up. I got Cubans for the low. You can't take everybody with you just because she doing bad or whatever the case may be. That's a grown woman. She can find her own way. She can make her own money and all of that. She made the decision to do whatever she had to do to go where she went, so she can decide to do what she gotta do to get herself back together. You can't you can't save everybody. You can't, because in the process of you trying to save everybody, it's gonna take you down. Believe me, I've tried it.
Are you working now at all, Miss Atkins?
No, I'm not.
Do you have any intention of going to get the money that you haven't bothered to pick up? Or you're happy to let the money that you say you've earned or somehow deserved just sit? And you'll just
I think
keep,
I did
going
earn
to
and
her?
deserve that because on those years that I filed taxes, I did work.
So then why didn't you go get it? You seem to be content to let your money sit in the government's hands and mooch off your friends.
If that's what you want to call it, then okay.
Frankly, if we weren't here, I'd call it something much worse. Judge Domingo?
You have a burden of proof here. You got a friend coming out of jail after 1 year. Where do you really think she's getting the money from? You're saying tax returns? Give me a break. Let me hear what happened here.
I mean, I really did believe that was true.
What made you think that?
I don't know, her word. I thought she was my friend.
What were her jobs back then when she was filing?
I didn't know her then.
You didn't know, so you didn't even know if she was working. So you, who barely know her, decide that you're going to give her $800
She
for
gotta
a
get it
car
too,
the
'cause
day
she
she
wrong
gets
for
it.
that.
You know, and you're not making, like, you're going like, I'm stupid. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe you. So let me ask you a question,
I mean, those aren't
Ms.
the words I
Atkins.
used.
This check from
Oh,
your
I
tax
see why
return
they
that
was
you say you
friends, 'cause
haven't
they
cashed
act just the
yet. Why don't
same.
they send it
God.
to you like they send it to everybody else?
Because I have to walk into the IRS, I have to make an appointment, you have to get on the phone, they don't
Why?
answer, I get irritated and I don't want to do it, honestly.
So you don't have any money.
Right now,
So she's right to not believe you. So what are we doing here? Of all the things I might want to conclude, I don't think she's lying. And I think that you have every reason to not have believed
So
anything
she asks
said.
me right here on the very first page, Sarah, I want to ask you to do me a favor, please. So you know what I'm talking about? And
I
she
don't.
was
Do
like-
you?
She explains her situation, that her condition she's in, not a good condition.
What
or whatever.
condition was she in?
She was hot. It was summer. She's just.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
would make
excuse
me think
like,
she could pay you back.
This is personal
hot.
now.
It's like a little.
This is personal now. Like, you guys have the evidence in front of you.
Yeah.
You get me?
I believe you. Hey, I believe you. I don't
Um,
think she's entitled to her money.